Mailbag time here on NBA Now. I am your host, Harrison Graham. Use hashtag NBA or Super Chat to get your questions on the show, and we'll answer as many as we can. Big play Ja, hashtag NBA. Robert Williams to the Rockets. What do the Celtics get back? Are they just giving him Robert Williams? I guess. I mean, he's probably worth a second-round pick. He's just a backup big at this point. If you're a Celtics fan, go subscribe, youtube.com/CelticsTV. I will say this about Boston. They do need to upgrade at the big spot, and that's been a talking point for a while now. They signed Tristan Thompson. He's been all right, but they could certainly upgrade there from him and Daniel Tice. Jeffrey next up. Celtics get Nikola Vucevic. Thoughts? I'd like it. I mean, Vucevic is having a career year for Orlando. He's averaging like 23 and 12. He's been really good. Producer Sam laughed at me when I said he was better than John Collins, and then he looked at the numbers and realized I was right on that one. Just kidding, Sam. It's okay. It's okay. I would love it though. I think Vucevic would be a great fit there. He can space the floor, shoot the three. Not a great defender, but that Boston offense would be a lot of fun. King Janelle. Should the Celtics trade for Jarrett Allen? Where did he end up in that trade? One of you guys remind me. Cleveland, that crazy four-team James Harden trade. Shout out Jarrett Allen, by the way, when he was asked about the trade, and he was like, yeah, I probably would have done that trade too if I was Brooklyn. Appreciate the honesty there. Again, when it comes to Boston, trade for bigs. Like, any big you can get that's going to upgrade is going to help that roster out. Plenty of guards, plenty of wings. They just need better bigs. What about the Lakers from Rashard Lee? Could they trade for Jarrett Allen? I'll be curious to see what Cleveland does. I know they've been skidding as of late, but they have some nice wins this year. They ironically beat the Nets back-to-back after that wild trade. I would keep Jarrett Allen if I was the Cavs, honestly. I think he's a nice young player that you can, he's not going to be a focal point of a team, but he's a good rotation piece that can start, give you 25, 28 minutes a game. Could the Lakers? Yes. Do I see it happening? Probably not. Back to ISO. Can you make a Denver Nuggets channel, please? I am a diehard fan. I've been a Chat Sports fan for years. First of all, appreciate you being a fan of the channel. I will say this. We have 4 team channels right now. Lakers Report, Golden State Warriors today, Mavericks today, and our Boston Celtics channel as well. Look, you subscribe to this channel, subscribe to those channels. We're always looking to expand here at Chat Sports, and we base it on a lot of you guys, like which fan bases are the loudest in the comment section, which ones subscribe to these channels. That helps us determine what we do with our expansion here at Chat Sports. So I encourage you to go check out these channels. Lakers Report is at youtube.com/LakersTV. Warriors, youtube.com/WarriorsTV. Mavericks, you guys get the drill. youtube.com/MavsTV, and then Celtics, youtube.com/CelticsTV. 4 team channels as of now. We're always looking to expand those, so subscribe. We appreciate the support. I guarantee you this, at some point, we will be adding more team channels, so appreciate everybody who's subscribed to those channels already, and maybe your team is next. Who knows? Shout out your favorite team in the comments. I know we have at least one Nuggets fan, but go ahead and spam it down below. Like I said, when we were looking to expand, we checked the comments. We're like, hey, which fan bases are the loudest? Which one can we have the most success with? Shout out your favorite team. That gives yourself a better chance of maybe someday we launch a channel around that team. Go check out Pro Flowers at chatsports.com/flowers. Depending on when you're watching this, Valentine's Day may have already passed, but even if it has, just be like, oh, sorry, babe, the shipping was late. COVID, it happens. Chatsports.com/flowers. Get 15% off. And once she sees the flowers, she's not going to care that they're late. It's going to be all good. Go to that link. It's in the comments. It's in the description. Maybe I speak from experience. Who knows? Go check that out. Chatsports.com/flowers. Get 15% off. They have tons of gift items as well. So I encourage you guys to go check that out. Valentine's Day or not, you can get 15% off. So take advantage of that deal today. One more time, chatsports.com/flowers. Click and shop today. Levi Zarnigan, John Collins trade to the Celtics for Marcus Smart, Robert Williams, and a 2021 first. That's a juicy trade. I'd probably do that if I'm Boston. I like Marcus Smart a lot, but you have plenty of guards and wings. Like that's a tough defender to let go, but for one first and Smart basically for Collins, Robert Williams doesn't do much for you. I'm probably pulling the trigger on that if I'm Danny Ainge. You can't keep stacking up all these assets and never trade them. So this could be the year Danny Ainge finally pulls the trigger. I don't hate that idea. I think that's pretty good value there. Hank Moore, who could the Warriors trade for if they trade for someone? They need another scorer, I think, and another shooter because, okay, you got Steph. We know he's an excellent scorer and shooter, obviously. But then your next key players, Draymond, can't score, can't shoot. Wiggins, not a good three-point shooter. Oubre, very hot and cold. I think, obviously, they miss Klay Thompson. You need someone else who can score from the outside. They don't really have that right now, not consistently at least. Bradley Beal would be amazing. I don't see it happening, but he would be a whole lot of fun in Golden State. Could you get a guy like Zach LaVine? Maybe. Going to cost a lot. But, yeah, that's the type of player I think they need. Joe Ban Preet Panu. Kyle Lowry to Phoenix for Devin Booker. Why in the hell would Phoenix do that? First of all, Booker's untradeable, and they don't need Lowry because they have Chris Paul. He's basically just a poor man CP3. I do think Lowry gets traded, though, so stay tuned for that. Jason Gervais, if the season ended today, what would the seeding be? Well, we already saw the Western Conference standings. Here's the East as of now. Sixers leading the way at 18-8. The Bucks right there at 16-9. Golly, it just jumps down, doesn't it? 15-12, the Nets. I'll be curious to see where they're sitting at 2 months from now because they obviously have that three-headed monster of Harden, Durant, and Kyrie. Celtics at 13-11. They've been skidding as of late. And then it's sloppy. Pacers 13-13. Raptors 12-14. Hornets, Atlanta Hawks. I'll say this. I hate LeVar Ball. LaMelo Ball is fun as hell, guys. He schools his brother Lonzo. Much better player, in my opinion. I've loved watching him quite a bit. I'd like to see him get into the playoffs and play a high-profile opponent. We'll have to wait and see when it comes to Charlotte. But it's very top-heavy in the Eastern Conference. Subscribe to the channel because we're trying to post more and more NBA videos just for you guys. We're about a month and a half away from the trade deadline. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. That is the link. This is the place for you for the latest NBA rumors, news, trade rumors. We'll probably crank up some power rankings pretty soon, live mailbags. We do it all. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. Got time for a couple more here. Richard Kicksmoker. Could the Celtics trade for Harrison Barnes? There is actually a report out there that they are interested. This one coming from The Athletic. The Celtics have interest in Barnes, which I find puzzling because positional-wise, that's not really what they need. I mean, he plays Jason Tatum's position, essentially. I guess you could play one of them at stretch 4, but Barnes played some stretch 4 in Dallas, and it did not work that well. He is having a good year. Just under 17 points, 49% from the field. He's shooting the ball well from outside as well. I think there's a decent chance it gets traded, and the reason this is out there is the Celtics still have that $28 million trade exception, so they can absorb Harrison Barnes or someone in that contract range. That's not the player I would go after if I was Boston. I think Barnes might get moved, but I don't think that's the move if I'm the Celtics, in my opinion. Should the Celtics trade for Barnes? What do you guys think? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm looking at a big if I'm Boston. I can't make that any more clear. I've been pretty consistent with that, and I think most local and national media who cover the Celtics would say the same. Y for yes, N for no. I'm typing my N for no. Robert Bruce, did the Celtics go after Myles Turner? They literally had a Gordon Hayward sign and trade in their pocket this free agency, and they just didn't do it. Why? I don't know. The Pacers wanted Hayward, and the Celtics should have wanted Turner, but for whatever reason, nothing materialized. They still can. They can still try and get him, but you kind of feel like that opportunity has passed for the Boston Celtics. Obviously, Turner, I think, would be a great fit in Boston, but, that sign and trade, passing on that was a big mistake in my opinion.